There's a moment every working woman over 40 knows. You say something in a meeting. Silence. 10 minutes later, a younger man says the same thing and the room applauds. I lived in that moment for 5 years. 19 years at one company, and somewhere along the way, I became furniture. Reliable, beige, invisible. Then, on an ordinary Monday, a man walked into conference room. 12 years younger than me, coffee in hand, completely unimpressed by the applause, and said 6 words that changed everything. Actually, that was Kate's idea. Continue, Kate. My name is Kate. I'm 45. And this is the story of the man who saw me when I had almost stopped seeing myself. 19 years at Meridian & Co. I started as an intern when the office still had fax machines. I trained half the department. I missed my 30s in that building. Birthdays celebrated at my desk, dates cancelled for pitches. A marriage that quietly starved to death somewhere between 2 product launches. And what did 19 years buy me? Last spring, the VP of Marketing role opened up. My role, the one I'd been doing unofficially for 3 years while my boss golfed. I prepared for that interview like a bar exam. They gave it to Brad. 34, 18 months at the company. A man whose entire strategy vocabulary was synergy, circle back, and let's take this offline. HR called my rejection feedback a great growth conversation. They said I was, and I quote, incredibly valuable right where I am. Right where I am. That's corporate for we need you to keep rowing, but you'll never steer. I went home that night, sat in my car, in the garage for 40 minutes, and did the math. 45 years old. Divorced. My daughter in college, my inbox at 400. Unread, my dreams filed somewhere under someday. I wasn't unhappy exactly. I was something worse. I was unnoticed. The next Monday, they announced the Hartwell pitch, the biggest account in company history. A make-or-break campaign and a cross-functional dream team to win it. Team lead marketing me. Because when the work is impossible, suddenly everyone remembers your name. And flying in from the Chicago office to co-lead creative. Someone named Ethan Cho. He was not what I expected. 33. Quiet in the way. Confident people are quiet. He didn't perform in meetings, no jargon, no circling back. He listened with his whole face, took notes by hand in a battered notebook, and asked questions that made you feel like your answer was going to matter. Day 1, kickoff meeting. I proposed anchoring the Hartwell campaign in customer stories. Instead of celebrity spots, silence. Beige furniture speaks, nobody hears it. 10 minutes later, Brad rephrased my idea with the word authenticity forward, attached. And the room made those little approval noises rooms make for men like Brad. And then the new guy looked up from his notebook. Actually, that was Kate's idea. Continue, Kate. 6 words, delivered with no drama at all. The way you'd say the meeting room is double booked. The silence afterward was delicious. And for the first time in 5 years in that building, I felt the strangest sensation. Weight, presence, visibility. After the meeting, he caught up with me at the elevator. Your customer story angle. It's the only idea in that room that can win Hartwell. I'd like to hear the whole thing. The version you didn't say, because you knew they'd stop listening at slide 3. I stared at him. How did you know there's a longer version? There's always a longer version. He pressed the elevator button. People who get interrupted for a living learn to carry the short one. Reader, I had spent 19 years being managed. I had never once in that building been seen. It is a dangerously attractive experience. I recommend it to everyone. Pitch season is its own country. The rules of ordinary life don't apply there. For 6 weeks, Ethan and I lived in conference room B whiteboards. Cold takeout, the 11 p.m. hum of a building that everyone smarter had already left. And in that fluorescent little country, we became something I didn't have a word for yet. He learned my coffee order by day 3. He learned my daughter's name by week 2 and asked about her midterms like they mattered. When I mentioned once in passing at 1A, defenses down that I'd been passed over for VP, he didn't do the thing people do. No outrage on my behalf, no advice. He just said, 19 years and they benched you for a thesaurus with hair gel. A pause. Their loss is currently sitting across from me. I intend to enjoy it. I laughed so hard I knocked over the takeout. He hummed when he sketched badly old songs, always a little off-key. He rolled his sleeves at exactly 9 p.m. Like a ritual. And he had this habit that undid me. Whenever I doubted an idea out loud, maybe it's too much. Maybe I'm too much, he'd slide the marker back across the table to me and say, finish the thought. I'll tell you if it's too much. It was never too much. One Thursday, 11:40 p.m., the parking garage. Rain hammering. My umbrella had died a hero's death that morning, and he walked me to my car under his close, our shoulders bumping, rain roaring on the nylon like applause. At the car door, I turned to say goodnight, and he was looking at me, really looking, that whole face listening of his. But no notebook this time. Kate, I need to say a thing, and then you can pretend I didn't. My heart, 45 years old, went absolutely teenage. Say the thing. I've worked in 4 offices in 3 cities. I have never once looked forward to a Monday. The rain roared. I look forward to Mondays now. That's all. That's the thing. He didn't touch me. He didn't need to. He just held the umbrella while I got in the car and walked back through the rain. And I sat there, gripping the steering wheel like a life raft, saying out loud, alone. Oh no. We won Hartwell. The client cried during our customer story Real Actual Tears in a boardroom. The CEO shook my hand for the first time in 19 years and got my name right on the first try. And that night, at the team dinner, buzzed on victory and exactly 1.5 glasses of wine, Ethan and I stood on the restaurant patio and he said, ask me why I really transferred from Chicago. And I never got to ask, because Brad chose that moment to step onto the patio with his phone, raised team memories and caught the exact frame, where Ethan's hand was on my back and my face was tilted up at him, laughing. By Monday, the photo had done a full lap of the office Slack. You can guess the captions. For him, legend, fast worker, nice. For me, a woman 12 years older. Desperate, midlife crisis, cougar, embarrassing. Same photo, 2 vocabularies. The oldest double standard in the book, now with emojis. HR called it a friendly check-in. Different teams, no reporting line, nothing to disclose, nothing improper. But the woman from HR closed her folder and added kindly, off the record, just be aware of optics, Kate, at your level. She didn't say age. She didn't have to. So I did what invisible women are trained to do. I protected everyone but myself. I told Ethan it had to stop before it started, that he had a whole career ahead and I wouldn't be the asterisk on it, that in 15 years he'd be 48 and I'd be 60 and he'd wake up one day resenting the math. I was efficient. I was reasonable. I was lying with excellent posture. He listened all the way through, whole-faced, the way he listens. Then he said quietly, 19 years, Kate. You gave this building 19 years, and the one time it gossips about you. You're ready to hand them your happiness too? He stood. You're not protecting me. You're protecting them from having to see you. And I won't help you disappear. I'm the one person here who won't. He walked out of conference room B, and the room my second home. My little fluorescent country had never felt so beige. 2 weeks later, the all-hands meeting. Hartwell victory celebration. The CEO gave a speech about vision. Brad found a way to stand near the trophy. And then Ethan asked for the microphone. Quick correction to the record, he said. Calm as a Monday. This campaign exists because of one person. Kate Merrill pitched customer stories in the first kickoff. Check the meeting notes, it's all there. She built the strategy. She saved it twice when we tried to ruin it. And she's been doing VP-level work here for years without the title. I co-led this pitch, but I mostly just held the umbrella. He set the mic down. That's all. That's the thing. That's the thing. He looked straight at me when he said it. 200 people in that room, and I was the only one who heard the second sentence underneath. The CEO announced my promotion to VP of Brand the following Friday. Turns out meeting notes are furniture too, until someone reads them out loud. And Ethan. That same week, he accepted the Chicago office's offer to run their creative team remotely from Portland. Different company entity, different org chart, no optics. He put the transfer letter on the table in conference room B at 11 p.m. next to the takeout and said, I fixed the math. HR has no opinions anymore, so now there's only one person left in this building whose opinion matters. He slid the marker across the table to me one last time. Finish the thought, Kate. I'll tell you if it's too much. I finished the thought. Reader, I finished it thoroughly, and conference room B has never recovered, and I have never once regretted it. That was 2 years ago. We got married last October small on the Oregon coast under a white tent, rain drumming on the roof like applause. My daughter gave a toast. Mom waited her whole life for someone to see her. Turns out he was just stuck in Chicago traffic. I'm 47 now. VP of Brand. Wife of a man who still hums off-key when he sketches and still learns people's coffee orders by day 3. And when young women at work ask me, and they do ask, how I finally got noticed after all those years, I tell them the truth. The world doesn't decide when you become visible. You do. And the right person just refuses to look away. If Kate's story hit close to home, I have a feeling I know why. Tell me in the comments, have you ever felt invisible at work, at home, anywhere? And who was the person who finally saw you? I read every single story, and yours might become an episode. Subscribe and press the bell, because next week, after 20 years, a woman is laid off with a cardboard box and a handshake. The startup that hires her is run by a CEO half the office is afraid of. And he turns out to be the intern she trained 15 years ago, the one who never forgot her. Until then, say the long version of your idea. Someone in the room is listening.